Most people think airports are simple. You arrive, check in, go through security, board your flight, and that's it. But what most travelers don't realize is that airports operate under strict security rules, hidden procedures, and unspoken etiquette that can make or break your travel experience. One small mistake at the airport can cause delays, extra screening, missed flights, expensive fees, or even serious trouble with airport authorities. And the surprising part? Many of the most common airport mistakes are made by perfectly normal travelers who simply don't know the rules. In this video, we're going to break down 11 things you should never do at the airport, especially in 2026, when security systems, travel technology, and airport policies are evolving rapidly. These are real mistakes passengers make every day. Avoiding them can save you time, stress, and money on your next trip. And make sure you stay until the end because the final mistake is one that causes thousands of travelers to miss their flights every year. Let's start with the first one. Never arrive at the airport too late. This might sound obvious, but it's still one of the biggest mistakes travelers make. Airports are unpredictable. Security lines can suddenly become extremely long. Check-in counters can close earlier than expected. Boarding gates can change, and sometimes airports experience unexpected delays like weather issues or system outages. For most domestic flights, arriving at least 2 hours before departure is recommended. For international flights, 3 hours is usually the safe window. Many airlines close check-in counters 45 to 60 minutes before departure. If you arrive after that deadline, the airline may simply refuse to check you in. Even if you already checked in online, you still need enough time to clear security and reach the gate. And here's something many travelers don't realize. Boarding usually closes 15 to 20 minutes before the scheduled departure time. That means even if you arrive at the airport exactly 1 hour before departure, you may already be too late. Smart travelers treat airport time as a buffer against unexpected problems. Never joke about security threats. This is one of the fastest ways to create serious trouble at an airport. Even if you think you're being funny, joking about bombs, weapons, or security threats can trigger immediate responses from airport security. Airports operate under strict safety protocols. Security personnel are trained to treat every potential threat seriously. If you make a joke about something dangerous in your luggage or on the plane, you could be detained, questioned, or even removed from your flight. In some cases, travelers have been fined or banned from airlines for careless remarks. The rule is simple. Never make jokes about security threats in an airport or on an aircraft. Even casual comments can lead to major delays and investigations. Never ignore baggage rules. Airlines enforce baggage policies very strictly. Many travelers try to bring oversized carry-on bags or too many personal items, assuming airline staff won't notice. But airports and airlines are becoming increasingly strict about baggage limits. Gate agents often check bag sizes during boarding. If your bag is too large, you may be forced to check it at the gate and pay additional fees. And sometimes those fees are significantly higher than normal checked bag fees. Another common mistake is packing prohibited items. Liquids over the allowed limit, sharp objects, and certain electronics may trigger additional screening. Before packing your bag, always check the latest airline and airport guidelines. Never leave your luggage unattended. This is one of the most important airport safety rules. If you leave your bag alone even for a few minutes, airport security may treat it as a potential threat. Unattended luggage can trigger security alerts and even temporary evacuations in extreme situations. Airport announcements often repeat this rule constantly. If you see unattended baggage, report it to airport staff. And never leave your own bags behind while you step away. Always keep your belongings within sight. Never argue with airport staff. Travel delays and airport stress can make people frustrated. But arguing with airline agents, security officers, or gate staff almost never ends well. Airport employees have authority over many parts of the travel process. They can deny boarding, change seating arrangements, or escalate situations if necessary. Being aggressive or disrespectful only makes things worse. Experienced travelers know the best strategy is to stay calm and polite. Even if there's a problem with your flight or booking, respectful communication often leads to better solutions. Never ignore airport announcements. Many passengers put on headphones and completely tune out the airport environment. But airport announcements often contain important information. Gates can change. Boarding times can move earlier. Flights can be delayed or moved to different terminals. If you miss an important announcement, you could miss critical updates about your flight. Always check the airport screens regularly and stay aware of announcements near your gate. Never overpack your carry-on bag. Many travelers try to fit as much as possible into their carry-on luggage. But overpacked bags create problems during security screening. If your bag is too full, it may be difficult to remove electronics or liquids when required. This can slow down the screening process and trigger additional inspection. Packing efficiently makes airport security much easier. Keep important items accessible and avoid cramming your bag with unnecessary items. Never assume airport Wi-Fi is always safe. Public Wi-Fi networks can expose travelers to cybersecurity risks. Hackers sometimes create fake Wi-Fi networks designed to capture personal data from unsuspecting users. If you connect to unsecured networks, sensitive information like passwords or financial data could be exposed. Whenever possible, use secure connections or mobile data when accessing important accounts. Avoid logging into sensitive financial services on public networks. Never ignore your boarding group. Boarding groups are designed to organize passengers efficiently. Some travelers ignore their assigned group and try to board early. But gate agents often enforce boarding orders strictly. Trying to board early can slow the process and create unnecessary tension. Wait until your group is called. Boarding in the correct order keeps the process smooth and avoids delays. Never forget to check your passport and travel documents. For international travel, this is absolutely critical. Airlines check travel documents carefully before allowing passengers to board. If your passport is expired or missing required visas, you may not be allowed to fly. Some countries require passports to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel date. Always verify your travel documents before leaving for the airport. Never assume security rules are the same everywhere. Airport security procedures vary across countries and airports. Rules about liquids, electronics, and screening processes may differ depending on where you travel. Some airports now use advanced scanners that allow passengers to keep electronics inside their bags. Others still require laptops and liquids to be removed. Always follow the instructions provided by security officers. Never assume the process will be identical at every airport. Finally, never lose track of time at the airport. This mistake happens more often than people realize. Passengers arrive early, relax at restaurants, browse shops, or get absorbed in their phones. Before they realize it, boarding has already started. Airports can be large, and reaching your gate may take longer than expected. Always monitor the time and stay aware of boarding announcements. Even experienced travelers set alarms or reminders to avoid missing their flights. Airports are busy environments designed to move millions of passengers safely every day. Understanding the unwritten rules of airport travel helps you avoid unnecessary stress and complications. So remember these 11 things you should never do at the airport. Never arrive late. Never joke about security threats. Never ignore baggage rules. Never leave luggage unattended. Never argue with staff. Never ignore announcements. Never overpack your carry-on. Never assume public Wi-Fi is safe. Never ignore boarding groups. Never forget your travel documents. And never lose track of time. Avoiding these mistakes will make your airport experience smoother, faster, and far less stressful. If you found these tips helpful, subscribe to Pack and Go Pro for more travel tips, airport hacks, and smart travel strategies that help you fly better and travel with confidence. And in the comments, tell us, what's the biggest mistake you've ever seen someone make at an airport? Travel smarter. Pack better. Go Pro.